Hi, everybody. It's Randy Hilarski here. Today, I have a really special guest. We're going to start talking about Epic Cash every week. And today, I have Todd. Todd is the lead dev. I call him the lead dev of the Epic Cash community. And he's going to tell us about what's going on with Epic and some of the cool stuff's going to be coming along. I'm super excited. You know, I might be the social media guy, but this is still my favorite project. And I'm looking forward to what's coming in the future. So, Todd, tell us what's going on your side and down in beautiful Brazil.
Yeah, so we are at the moment working on porting the system to Android. We just got the first Android build working, and that took a little doing because some of the crypto algorithms were x86 specific, so we had to port them to ARM. Got that done. It's building and running on Android at the moment. That was really exciting last week when we were first able to get it on the phone and fire it up.
Cool.
It's text interface at this point, and so we're moving on to putting the user interface on top of it. But mobile really is important to our vision of what we want this going to be.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. I agree. If we're going to reach the unbanked,
yep,
the computer's not where it's at. Yeah, we have to have the mobile.
Yeah, well, and not just cost. I'm like, you know, computers are cheap, but the question is, what role does it play in people's lives? We're trying to build actual payment systems, right? And for actual payments, you know, phones and wearables are where it's at. And we live in this golden era too, where mobile, like even the low end wearable processors are more than powerful enough to run serious crypto on. So we see all kinds of untapped possibility down in the very low end of the market, in terms of our ability to bring payment systems to people the traditional banking system has just ignored.
I mean, I foresee people, you know, any parts of the world, I don't care where, but you walk up to somebody and you want to purchase something from them, just tapping phones or tapping your watch, whatever you want to use, and make a payment with Epic Cash. That's what I want to see, and I know you guys are working hard on those kind of objectives.
Yeah. The you know, the thing I always tell my guys is you know, the China Post delivers everywhere in sub-Saharan Africa. It's sure absolutely everywhere.
It sure
right?
does.
And so, like, I don't care where you are in you know, south of the Sahara. You can order a $30 tablet or a $50 cell phone or a $25 Bluetooth receipt printer off of AliExpress, and 6 weeks later it gets off the literal slow boat from China and gets brought to your local post office. Right, you pick it up and you've got a modern payment terminal, Bluetooth and QR codes and more than enough processing power to be able to do.
I was over the weekend out. I think it was Friday. I was at the blockchain summit here in Panama, and I was up on stage and I was talking, and there was a good segue for Epic Cash, and they were talking about what kind of use cases are out there for these cryptos. What do you see happening in the future? And I brought up the possibility of be able to print out that receipt. And anybody who wants to be an entrepreneur, if your dream is to be an entrepreneur, your startup costs today are virtually nil. For less than $100, you could be up and running and still be able to report. If you're a person that wants to report to the government, you can, because you're going to have this receipt machine. You know, this is so powerful, and it's happening. You know, and the whole crowd was like, "Wow, I never thought of it that way." Well, that's what's happening.
Yeah, well, and like the thing I always tell people is, we are here to finish the 5,000-year-old monetary revolution, right? You know, the monetary revolution began with the realization that fungible commodities free us from barter, right? By creating prices and creating liquidity. And that process is still not finished. We still don't have effective means of liquid payment in the hands of everyone on the planet. And the reason is, you know, one of the funny things to me is, you know, the incumbents are always very critical of crypto systems. Like, oh, how are you going to solve our regulatory challenge X? Or how are you going to do this artificial requirement Y? And to me, that always avoids the like, to me, that's a really funny framing on the problem, because my question is, how is the traditional banking system going to bring affordable financial services to the 1 billion plus unbanked, right? That, to me, is the painful and pressing question about the monetary system. And it seems really clear to me that MimbleWimble is poised to be the answer to how we finalize this 1,000-year-old, this project that's thousands of years old, of freeing us from a barter economy and bringing people into, the greatest poverty-killing engine that we've ever had, which is the ability of people to use commerce to apply their labor and create wealth for themselves.
Well, I love it. The one thing people don't seem to understand is, though, the importance of privacy. Last week, we had the announcement with Xi Jinping talking about this new cryptocurrency that could be possibly backed by gold, by the Chinese government, and everyone's scurrying around saying, "Oh my God, this news is great." No, it's not. It's not going to be a private coin. It's going to be centralized, and what we have here is way more powerful. It's just like having money underneath your mattress. It's cash, and nobody needs to know how much you have. You can do a transaction with somebody. Everyone does not need to know. The government does not need to know that you and I had a transaction. Let's keep money private. We don't want to go the route that the Chinese are going. Let's keep away from that. And even with Bitcoin's not. Bitcoin's quite transparent if you don't use the proper tools.
Yeah. Yeah. A friend of ours always asks, would you want to post every entry in your checkbook on your Facebook page?
No.
Right. Like, you would never tolerate that, right?
But people read about it all the time, like, oh, one of the benefits of Bitcoin is transparency. No, that is the one thing that I disagree with Bitcoin.
Yeah. Well, and this was the big thing that convinced me to go in on Epic, was the real beauty of what MimbleWimble is, right? I still can't believe that people haven't awoken more than they have to how important MimbleWimble is to the entire crypto story, because it is clearly the best solution, just absolutely clearly the best solution. You mentioned money and privacy and it being on your person. This always brings me back to wearables and something that we've really been excited about lately, which is wearables have gotten incredibly powerful. You go on AliExpress and you look at the top rated watches, right? The digital watches. And for $15, you can get an Android Wear OS watch with a full 32-bit processor on it, running Linux underneath, running a full secure operating system that you can develop apps for in the Wear OS SDK, right? And you have the apps running on a wearable device. And from a monetary perspective, this is absolutely incredible, because I think people are a little confused about jewelry. Jewelry originally was wearable money.
Yes.
Right. Jewelry is interesting because gold is money, and when you have gold on your person, it's much more difficult to steal.
I've always heard about the
back at the house where it's on
like the Thai baht gold. The whole idea of the Thai baht gold, the rings,
the breakable links.
Yeah, you just break one link off to pay people. Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
And with these, literally $15 Android devices, we can give people the physical security of carrying the money on their person. You can put a cell phone SIM into them. They're on the internet, and you can pull the chain in real time. You can transfer funds out. If you have a personal security situation, you can just transfer the money to your cold wallet, right?
That's amazing.
Which is a market improvement. If you're being chased down a dark alley and you have your gold around your neck, there's no magic button you can press to whisk it off to the vault over the internet, right? But with Epic, we can do that, right? And this is why Android has been the real area of focus for us lately. And getting the code base ported to ARM, getting the Android app going, and soon we're hopeful getting the wearables. Because that entire ecosystem is what we want, where a store owner can have a payment terminal, people can walk up and through Bluetooth or through audio or through QR codes, you can do transactions, have proof of payment, do commerce, right? Whether it be someone across the counter from you or someone on the other side of the world. But you can do it and have it be a part of your life and bring these technologies to the people who need them. And the second mover advantage we have is that we don't have to do that with imposing brick buildings and cashier staff standing there behind a counter. We can just do it digitally, right?
Yeah,
entirely different.
And think about it. If Epic Cash is what it is, it's a community coin. There is no huge amount of staff. There's not thousands of employees. It's just a couple, maybe 100 or a couple thousand people who believe in the project, and they're working in the code and GitLab and wherever you guys have the code set up, and just spreading the knowledge. And then more people come in, and the more people use it, it just keeps growing. And that's what I see with other projects, and I think that's going to happen here with Epic as well.
Well, and this is my personal success metric for the project. I want Africa's first payments billionaire to be an Epic Cash entrepreneur.
That sounds good to me. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Like, can I share the screen real quick? I want to show some of the people out there what our people are doing. I'm so proud of them, watching what our community is building. These are our friends. Our Black Tiger, he built this himself. This is the Epic ticker. You know, it's beautiful. He did a great job. This guy just outstanding. And you see over here,
I love the commodity pricing, the Big Mac index,
yeah, all that cool stuff.
Beer.
Look at the quote by Andreas Antonopoulos up here. Tainting coins are destructive. If you break fungibility and privacy, you break the currency. That is so freaking true. And this is why I'm here with Epic Cash. I truly believe in the whole privacy aspect. And then it sees the price. I mean, people, if right now is a good time to get into Epic. The first 2 months we've gone by, we've had, you know, the typical things that happen when a coin launches. It's been pretty smooth. And as far as my opinion, I've been a couple projects that were hell. So right now you can actually get Epic for 2 cents or right around 2 cents. That to me just blows my mind. So I want to say thank you. What's that?
I bought some yesterday.
Oh, good for you. I need to get some more USDT over to coin. What's the name of the BiHodl, and pick some up. And we need to get some more exchanges. I think that's going to be important as well. So I just want to say thank you to Black Tiger for making this. This is just amazing.
It is great.
Yeah. So that's another thing. We got to get some exchanges. I know that's not really your thing. You're on the development side.
Well, we support the exchanges. So, you know, and we, like, one of the things that we did during the first few weeks of the chain was adding some features to make exchange support easier.
Okay, great.
So, and if any exchanges are out there who want to add Epic, the tech team is very supportive of that, and we're very happy to take calls and provide tech support. And we've done that. We have an open door policy. We've done that for the exchanges that have Epic so far, and we don't discriminate. We're happy to help any exchange.
All right. So on my side, you know, I'm a speculator as well as a user and all those kind of things. Where this price can go pretty quick, it's not going to take much because we have a very small amount of supply. The supply is very restricted. The amount that's available on exchanges is very restricted. So people they're buying up the market and they're hodling the coins. The miners, wherever they may be, if they're getting cheap electricity, they're getting these coins and they're dumping on the market, which is unfortunate, but people got to understand this is such a new coin. We're not on a lot of exchanges. We're not in CoinMarketCap. Imagine when that happens. When we hit CoinMarketCap, it's going to get exciting for those of us who hold Epic Cash.
Well, and like if I can stump for it, the conservative monetary policy on Epic ensures that you're not going to see huge increases in supply in the future either. Right? Exactly. That to me was one of the things that I genuinely love about this project is a responsible attitude towards new supply.
And it follows the Bitcoin economics, so people can understand. It's faster. We have 1 minute block times to catch up to Bitcoin. Then we slow down, and then
there's no point in time where there will be more epics than Bitcoin.
Perfect. That's what people want to hear, and they need to understand that. I do love a lot of projects, but as far as store of value, Epic and Bitcoin for me are my store of values. Right now, Epic's down for me, and it's down for everybody else as well, unless you bought in the last 48 hours. But the upside is tremendous, and that's what I want to tell people. I look at our friend Yoga Dude, and Yoga Dude talks about it, and he brings up the fact that, look, he's been part of many projects over the years, and this is the time where you make the big bucks. Is when you're part of a project that has a lot of possibilities for it. You get in early, and before it gets to coin market cap, before all the things that speculators want to see, we're so early on. To me, this is almost like a pre-mine situation where we're in so early, and we get to enjoy the times when all these miners, they're just selling their coins. And right now, there's more supply than there is demand, which is pushing the price down. And we are sitting there with our little baskets catching the cheap epics. Like, please, please, it's like trick or treat, right? Give me my treats.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, you're a much more grizzled and experienced blockchain, a cryptocurrency speculator than I am. I'm just a simple techie. But for me, and for the tech team in general, we're excited about bringing a payment to people who need them. That's the thing that really has me excited, and the reason why we are so pumped about where this coin's going to go. Not in terms of price. I mean, hooray! The price will go up, and speculators will be happy, whatever. But in terms of ability to solve people's problems, right, and create something that makes the world a better place, and that brings value to people who need it in terms of the services, because the value backing in order to bootstrap the ecosystem. But why make a coin? The reason to make a coin is to provide a service to users, and the users are people who need payment, right? And that's what gets my juices flowing, is the fact that we have a formula here where in the next few months, as we bring the Epic payment platform into existence, right, that we can, with accessible, affordable technologies, bring payment to the poorest people on the planet, people the traditional financial system has always ignored, has never cared about, but with whom there lies vast economic opportunity if we can just bring them access to commerce, right? And that's why we've been, steadily working these past few months on the project, and the roadmap right here that we just went through in terms of mobile and wearables and QR codes, Bluetooth, and people in stores doing humble, simple kinds of commerce.
Sure.
Right?
So the speculator in me, the speculator and the marketer in me says, these are all pieces of content that I can create to help support the Epic Cash community. Because right now, everybody on the team is volunteer. Everyone that's still out there doing the work for Epic Cash is volunteer. And I want the world to know that. And please support us. If you're actually an owner of Epic, get out there and retweet us and help us spread the word of Epic Cash. And that's how you can help us. Because my wife and I, we're here voluntarily, so let's get this thing on the road. Todd, anything else? And I gotta say, Randy, I want to thank you for inviting me to come and do these talks, and we talk about the vision and the roadmap and where we're going, and I'm looking forward to us doing it again here soon. Yes, and guys, we're gonna be doing this hopefully weekly. If it's not Todd, I'll have Max or some of our community members can come on and we can discuss some of the cool thing that they're working on, because there's a lot of small stuff behind the scenes that are happening that the world really doesn't know about. It's just us. Everyone talks. Exactly. Everyone talks amongst each other. But as far as publicly, I don't feel like some of the things I should be talking about them yet. So I'm looking forward to delivering a show every week to the community, just so you guys can keep up to date. and we can talk about what's happening in Epic Cash.
We're pacing ourselves.
Exactly. Thank you, Todd.
It's a long game.
Exactly.
Thank you, Randy. Do it again soon.
Cheers.
Thanks.